What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Simba Sports Hub, man, where we talk all things Washington Commanders football, man. What's going on, everybody? What it do? What it do? What it do? What's good with y'all, man? Happy Tuesday to everyone out there. What's going on? What's crack-a-lacking? What's crack-a-lacking? Hold on, let me turn that down. Hold up. Wait a minute. What's going on, everybody, man? Hey, man, we got a little bit of breaking news, updates, things to discuss as Washington Commanders return back to practice as we get ready to end what we know as to be the 2026 NFL, Washington Commanders training camp, man. We are locked in. We are getting ready to embark on our final preseason game where we're going to be going up against the Baltimore Ravens. We got joint practices coming up on Wednesday. Tomorrow. So your boy Simba will be alive again for that. So make sure y'all tune in. Make sure y'all definitely tune in for that. But we got some stuff to discuss, man. The Washington Commanders have made some roster moves, y'all. They made some roster moves, some things that we need to discuss and get our opinions out there. How do we feel about these certain moves, man? Are we happy? Are we not happy? So let's get right into it, man. Roster updates as DQ spoke today before practice. I believe it was today. Yeah, it was today at practice. He didn't announce this, but it was announced through the Washington Commanders content pages that they made the following move: sign outside linebacker Boogie Basham, safety Joshua Bledsoe, and safety Quindale Johnson, and released. And there was some speculation, y'all. It was definitely some speculation because we was trying to figure out, dang, why Stephon Diggs throw on the number 3 before the preseason game against the Detroit Lions? Could that allude to something going on that we are just not, privy to, or that it was news, getting ready to hit our airwaves, and now that it did hit our airwaves, that it's kind of making sense now that, hey, man, we kind of see why Stephon Diggs chose that number 3, y'all. And that now can, Will Harris has been cut. Will Harris is no longer with the mob. It came out today that he's no longer with us, that he was released of his duties as a Washington Commander. And again, man, major shout out to Will Harris, man. Wish him nothing but the best in his next adventure, man. I'm pretty sure he'll land with another team. But as of right now, he's not a part of this team no more, y'all. So we now we get to see that, hey, our number 3 is Stephon Diggs. And we also released, I believe he played at Michigan State, Malik Spencer, safety. How you feel about our O-line, brother? Donnie, what it do, my guy? Hey, man, the O-line definitely has been shaken up, and that alludes to why else I went live, because it was announced that we signed DJ. We released Forrest Sorrell. It was also reported that Brandon Coleman didn't practice today. And, the most recent breaking news, I believe that's out here, is that we signed, where's my notifications at? I know somebody just reported it. Yes, here we go. We have signed former Pro Bowler D.J. Humphries, and that kind of makes you feel like, dang, what does this mean for our team? Like, what does this mean for our left tackle position? Are we comfortable about it? It's been talked about throughout, a lot of the fans have been talking about it, like, yo, what's going on? What's happening? What's going on with this O-line? Is it good? Is it going to be good enough for 2026? And I'm not hitting the panic button. I get there is some questions and some concerns that is, truly warranted. But as of right now, until I see week 1, and see what this O-line, truly is, and show me on paper, on the field, that is then when I will make the, observation about, hey, man, we need to look at other options that's, potentially out there, right? But as of right now, shout out to my man Jake with the set. Homie, appreciate it, my guy. Thank you. So I am not going to jump the gun. There is some room for concern. Everybody should be concerned a little bit. What it do, my guy? What it do, Jake? What's popping with you, Slime? What it do? So is it, if I had to put a number on the level of concern I am about the O-line, it's probably a 4. It's probably 4 or 5 right now. I'm probably midway. Just because of how bad the O-line looked in that Detroit Lions game. It was the starting O-line. And I ain't going to say, I don't know if all the starters had played in that Detroit game, but I know I ain't see Adam Hutchinson out there. But the way that the O-line looked, and that wasn't the second play of that drive wasn't particularly on our O-line. It was on our two tight ends. It was on Chig and John Bates. Not still in the back end of the play action while we was under center. Now the first play, yeah, you might could blame them. You might could blame them for that, but it has been reported that we brought in DJ Humphries, and a lot of people has been questioning, is Brandon Coleman it? Is Brandon Coleman the answer? Is he serviceable? Shout out to Deuce with the St. Harmony. Thank you so much, man. Y'all already know. My bad. I keep forgetting, man. Please double tap that screen if you tuned into the TikTok channel, man. We trying to hit 1,000 likes. If we can. Hey, man, I'm not pressing it. We ain't gonna be here for a long time. We just doing a quick little chat because tomorrow we gonna break down joint practice against the Baltimore Ravens. So that's gonna be a more lengthier live that I'm gonna do tomorrow. We just coming here to covering some of the bases that we didn't heard out of practice today. I mean, before practice today, and what's been reported just now. And that's us signing a left tackle, DJ Humphries, a former Pro Bowler. What we got? Facts. O-line block well. That second play. Yes, they did. I'm at a 6 right now, but only time will tell. Of course. What the Deuce was popping with you. Time will tell, y'all. We will quickly find out week 1 if this O-line is really built to, do something or have a successful year from an O-line perspective, right? That is when we will find out. Right now, I'm not majorly alarmed by us getting cooked by, the Detroit Lions. It looked bad, but this is why you need the reps. This is why some people say, hey, man, I don't want to see Jayden Daniels out there. But guess what? You're going to need Jayden Daniels out there because my man came to the line of scrimmage, made a check call, and it seemed like nobody knew what they was doing. Nobody knew what they was doing. I mean, yes, the play got blocked up on the offensive line side from the O-line perspective, but the two tight ends it was either bad effort or just John Bates not having enough reps due to him being hurt, but it's no excuse for the effort that Chig gave. Like, it's just no excuse from those two guys not giving us, a better effort in blocking. And now we hearing Brandon Coleman didn't practice today. There's no reports about him being injured. Shout out to King Leo with the ×1 rose. Appreciate it, OG. Do you do fantasy? I haven't done fantasy in about 3 or 4 seasons, man. I don't know what's going on. Last time I was in fantasy, I won, and I wasn't invited back. So, I don't know. Maybe I was too good. Maybe they just don't want me to win again. I don't know. And after that, I kind of just checked out of it. Here, DJ can't hold blocks back for Stafford and Kyler Murray. Yes, and again, y'all, I want to preface this. Even when it goes back to the injury with Laremy Tunsil, I said this on the live. There is no replacing Laremy Tunsil. There is nobody that was currently on the roster that we just picked up, i.e. DJ Humphries, or that's going to be a realistic trade. Nobody in the league is trading a top left tackle to our team. So, with that being understood, we're not getting another Laremy Tunsil. That is not happening going into 2026 for, most of the season. So we got to see who can be serviceable enough for us. And again, you can not like the Brandon Coleman stepping back over the left tackle and playing, and maybe it was due to Jayden Daniels playing heroic football and making shit happen with his legs. But JD5, you better get ready, boy, because you might have to be doing that again. And again, we don't even know if he's injured. We don't know if they just kept him out for today's practice. Hopefully we hear a little bit more tomorrow. Maybe they wanted him to, get some rest and be ready for tomorrow because he's going to be in a part of the joint practice a lot. So again, we don't know all the particulars, man. And if you're on the YouTube channel, man, please welcome in to Simba Sports Hub, man. Please hit that like button. Also subscribe up to the channel, y'all. We are less than 100 subscribers away from hitting that 1,000 subscriber mark, y'all. So please, man, share my YouTube channel. If you're on the TikTok side, share it. The link is in the profile. Share it out. If you are tuned into the YouTube channel now and it's your first time here, what it do? What's good with you, Slim? We throw the big 2 1s over here. Y'all already know. RIP to my man, Sean. Is this a good team? Hell yeah, Seal, man. What you mean? What you mean? How long you think Larry will be out? For a majority of the season. We probably may not see him to the back half of the season. Maybe, maybe like week 12, week 13. We might see him back. We might. And again, I can't tell you how he's going to recover. God willing, he has a hell of a recovery, and he's not, just trying to force himself back. But we may not see him to the back half of the season, y'all. And that's the friendly truth that people may not want to accept. Lady E, what it do? What's popping with you, Lady E? Shout out to Lady E tuned in on the YouTube channel. What's popping? First, gotta play against the Ravens. No way we sit them. I agree with that, Kofi. This a death signing for sure. For sure. This is not him starting. But there are some reports saying that he may actually see some playing time. That is why I brought up the Brandon Coleman not practicing today. Could that be something there that DQ didn't speak to or nobody asked? You know what I'm saying, from the pressers, from the presser that he did this morning, and maybe that is a thing, y'all. Maybe that's something that pops up a little bit later. We gonna see tomorrow. We gonna hear DQ talk tomorrow. Before we kick off practice, I'm gonna be tuned in, and I want to see what is going on with that situation. But hey, we got to sit back and wait and hear from the coach. Wondering if the players are doing good. I do too. The way they looked, that first unit on the offense didn't look good, but guess what, y'all? The defense, most of the signings that are happening now, and camp bodies, and that's what you need, Lady E. You 100% right. We got to get some people in here that we can, rotate in and out, and we ain't got to be using too much of our starters during practice. We need to win. Hey, we need to be fully suited going into the joint practice against the Baltimore Ravens, where we don't have to heavily rely on our starters to get reps. You know what I'm saying? Do they need the reps? Yes, I do think that and it sounds like I'm contradicting myself, but I think we do need the reps. The starters need that bump. The starters need to go up against their starters, and that's what the joint practices are for. And I think it's going to help us. Tunsil done for the year. It's over. Hey, that they said for a majority of the year. So yes, that very well could mean the whole year, TJ, but you never know. We thought Jonathan Allen wasn't going to come back from his pec injury or his oblique, whatever he hurt. He came back, week 11? So, hey, we'll see. We definitely got to see how it plays out. I hope and pray we are getting rid of Hartman. Hey, man, hey, King Leo, man, that is... we talked about that a little bit yesterday. He had a decent game in preseason game 2. I'm not going to say he played phenomenal. We saw AK was still the better player, and if you had to ask me if we was going in with a quarterback 2 right now due to Marcus Mariota being hurt, it's AK. It's definitely AK. I still have a lot of hope for our team, as we should, Lady E, and that's the type of positivity I like to hear from our fans. Like, yo, a lot of people are getting down in the dumps, and it's like, I get being concerned. I get being, like, oh my God, because of the PTSD that we got from 2025. I understand it, but this is a new season, y'all. We only got one major injury and one, significant injury, as far as Johnny Newton, and that's Laremy Tunsil. Everybody else is geared to be back either around week 1 or no later than week 2. Caleb Vaughn, Odafe, Jakrowski, all these guys are trying to work back into getting on the field. These are starters that we're working. Ben Sinnott, who had a little knick-knack injury. Appreciate that. Who hit that follow button? Nate Mango with the follow. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Shout out to Brody with the times 20 lightning bolts. Appreciate you, big bro. Shout out to Big Bro in the building. For anyone joining, he talking about no, I'm not. Please, no. Brother Cowboys not going to win. Shout out to Cowboys, but I'm not reading that comment. But he said Cowboys are going to whip y'all. We'll see y'all week 2 for sure. Rate, please. Herbert. I'm not giving no fantasy help. I'm not. I don't know, man. I wish you nothing but the best. I can't help you. Holy yap. We look horrible already. How, Los? How do we look horrible? How do we look horrible? Our O-line, our offense looked horrible, our first unit, but the defense looked good. The defense looked good. I don't know what's going on with TikTok today, or the normal, flux of people that's in here normally be in the comments. They not here right now because y'all talking crazy. Y'all talking we looking horrible. Greetings all. I know it's been said. Why can't we get our O-line together? We're working on it. We just signed the O-lineman. A death piece. Good afternoon. We are still trying to sign another guy to play center. And that very well could happen. I want to see Matt Glubin play. Hopefully he gets he gets the starting nod, going into this 3rd preseason game. And I want to see him play the whole game as the center. until Nick Allegretti get back. But yes, you can be concerned about the center position. Yes, you definitely should be looking at options throughout the league. And I'm pretty sure, AP is definitely looking at options. Bip with the follow. Appreciate it. Detroit, I mean. So is the lineman good today? That we signed today, is he good? He's serviceable. He's a backup. He's a rep guy. Shout out to the ×2 let him cook by them. Appreciate it. Raise hell. Let's go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You on today? Shout out to Big Woo in the building. What it do, my guy? So it is definitely very concerning to see the injuries, still not just saying. I know it would be 10 times better if we heard DQ come in to the presser today and say, hey, everybody's back. That would be like phenomenal. That would get everybody at least a breath of fresh air, but that ain't, that ain't realistic. That ain't where we at right now. Right now, that y'all guys see, no practicing today. Marcus Mariota, Lil Bill, Jeremy McNichols, Ben Sinnott, Laremy Tunsil. We already knew he wasn't practicing. Brandon Coleman, Nick Allegretti, Johnny Newton. We knew that. Deron Payne, Dietrich Wise, Drake Jackson just got put on the what's the name? What did he get put on? What is this called? The reserve injured list. So what happened to him? Why is that not? Today, Dan Quinn talked about Tim Settle and Rashad White could be back on the field today. Seems like Nick Allegretti is not back. We let go a deaf, tackle for Foster Surreal. So that kind of would alluded to us going to go get DJ Humphries and bringing him in. Odafe and Caitlin Vaughn didn't practice. Jordan McGee and Trey Amos. I'm concerned about these two names. These two right here and Trey Amos. And I want to see Brandon Coleman and make sure he's good and Jacorski back out on the field. That's what I want to see. And if I can get those 4 guys out and they practicing, I'm good, y'all. I'm ready to rock with week 1 for sure. Yes, the defense is going to be lit. Watch us work. I agree with you, Redskins 2023. I hate to see the negativity on social media. It's part of the internet, y'all. Lady E, I do too. It's only but so much negativity that I can look at and read before I just cut off my cellular device and I go do something. I go play my game or something. Or I go talk to my good men. Because if you stay on the internet long enough, you would think that we about to go 0 for 17. Our O-line is not going to be good whatsoever. DQ need to be fired. AP need to be fired. Jayden Daniels' mama and him need to go back to Cali. It's so much that you will hear on social media, and sometimes I got to detach from it because I know how the internet is. I know how the internet is, y'all. The internet is a place where everybody feels entitled enough to get their opinion, as they should. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Now, I'll say it again. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. But I get to pick and choose what I allow to, seep into my thought processes and really entertain, y'all. That's when I check out. When I start seeing an influx of, oh, bro, we got the worst O-line. Oh, bro, we about to, JD gonna get, when people start saying stuff like that, all right, I see y'all later. Let me go spend time with my family. Let me go do something else. Let me get off the internet for a little bit because y'all are wilding. Y'all are definitely wilding. My man just say 5 turnovers in 2 games is preseason, but we had 10 total turnovers last season. And that's what why are we not talking about the big ass change in preseason? When the last time we had a preseason when we had 10 turnovers in 2 games or almost 10? When the last time? Why are we not talking about the good things that we've been seeing out of this team? We understand what the O-line looks like. We understand the injuries. That is what it is. But is that the end-all, be-all? Yes, I know the O-line is a major part to the success of what this Washington Commander team can look like. Don't get me wrong. But there's some good. Y'all, we didn't have a bad defense. We was ranked 32 last season. And again, I don't give a fuck if it's going against second string or not, bro. We couldn't get turnovers last preseason. We got barbecue chicken by the New England Patriots. We couldn't stop them at all. And we still creating turnovers. You can tell we are going to be dangerous on defense, but we have to stop that run. And that's Big Woo. Thank you. That's something that I can, yes. If we talking about critiquing and moving forward and looking at what this team needs to work on the run defense from interior, and I think we do a little bit good, a little bit. We're not too bad on the outside runs, but these inside runs, and it got better in the second half in that the Detroit Lions game. Like Hurst, shout out to Hurst and Ricky Barber, they started doing pretty good at stuffing that inside run. But yes, that's a concern that we need to truly work on. I understand totally, appreciate that. Hopefully Tim and Kinlaw and Deron, and it looks different for sure. But Kinlaw was out there that first drive. Kinlaw was out there, and they had two or three good runs. And I don't care about that RPO. That RPO was not on Sony Styles. That was on the rookie JJ and the veteran that is no longer a part of this team. Will Harris is no longer here. I think that if everybody had to say what was that reason why, they're going to point to that RPO and say, bro, where were you going? Where were you going on the field that you felt the need to like run all the way across the field and not see and keep your eyes on the quarterback because they showed the RPO formation. We haven't played the whole starting defense together yet. Watch this team work. Exactly. Deron Payne concerns me. I'm not going to lie. Payne has trouble stopping the run. And we got to hope that we can. And I wanted to say this, y'all. This is one of the takes that I really wanted to, as I'm analyzing and I'm looking at our defensive line from an interior perspective. We really need, and I'm talking about offense and defense. This is one of the things I want to talk about. But let me catch up on these comments real quick. Not address the center position on top of Tunsil. Sounds like they were asking I'm not going to read that last spot, Doc. And that's fair to say, but I don't like to look at it that way. That's just, I don't think that AP and DQ are looking at it from that aspect. I understand how some people can get to that thought, but I can't even say it because I don't want to speak negativity over our quarterback. What my girl Lady E say? I think people are looking for a perfect team off of preseason games, both sides of the ball, and running basic concepts in the games to see if they can handle the simple basic stuff. Lady E, you couldn't have said it more better. I think that's what people want. Like they want people to they think they holding on to 2025 so much, so hard that they just want, 2024 so hard that they just want us to get back there and see that type of play, that they want to see that success. And it's like, yo, we got a new OC, new DC. We're not going to show our hand for week one. We're not going to give anything to the Philadelphia Eagles that's going to allow them to know where we're planning to attack them at offensively and defensively. So you're going to see some tidbits, some basic stuff, y'all. And again, what Lady E said is 100% correct. Can y'all do the right things right? Shout out to my man Zoe with the cent, homie. Appreciate it. Can y'all get to where y'all need to get to? Same with Sony Styles. Oh, bro, he's not making no plays. He's not. Oh, bro, he's looking like a bust at number 7. I'm like, what are we talking about, y'all? If y'all can't look at that linebacker and say, man, look at the plays that he's been in and involved in, you can just literally see that he's more focused on being where he's supposed to be when that call is called in from Daronte Jones. There will come a time when it switches for him and you can start seeing him reacting more and trusting that he is in the right spot, but I see where this play about to go. And you want to see that change. And then again, we got to give the rookie a chance, y'all. This is a converted safety who only played 2 years at line. Oh, Arvell Reese, look at how Arvell Reese doing. Arvell Reese played 4 years in the trenches. I know he was a primary, pass rusher, and they used him as a pass rusher and dropping back into coverage, but he's been in the trenches for 4 years. That's a difference, y'all. That means a whole lot. Like, that means a whole lot. Like, coming downhill and being physical versus being right there and having to be physical, those are two different things, y'all. And I think that he deserves critique, but it's what y'all critiquing that I have an issue with. They ain't even opened up the playbook yet. Exactly, Lady E. Chef Phil say, what up? What it do, my guy? What's popping with you, man? What's good with everybody, man? Please hit that like button, y'all. Please subscribe to the channel if you new. This is Simba Sports Hub, man. We talk all things Washington Commanders football here. Shout out to the 5.3K likes on the TikTok. 5.4. I ain't gonna short y'all. I ain't going 5.4. AD, what it do, my guy? What's good with everybody? Zoe, what's popping with you? What's good? Let me catch up on some of these. Say you're probably right. Blau has, and it's all good, doctor. I'm gonna call you Dr. Seed. I can't say that first part. Um, yeah, I didn't get all the way through college, bro. I stopped and I just went to working. Uh, but the reason we did so well in 24 is because people hadn't practiced for JD5. We shocked, yes, and now they got tape on JD5. They know what his weaknesses are and they know what his strengths are, but what they don't know now is that what his weaknesses was, he's been working on tremendously this past all season, and he's ready to prove that the injury thing is BS and that he can be a better thrower of the ball. So they now got to see, and then they got a new offensive coordinator, and we don't know what flavor he's going to heavily lean towards. It's going to be his flavor. So, but you're not wrong, Waylon. Is Coleman going back to God with signing DJ Humphries? Nah, so I don't think he's going back. I think us releasing Foster Surreal, we needed another depth piece. I think that's why that signing is there, and I'm not mad at it because it's a veteran. Dr. Seed. Okay, bet. I'm gonna say Dr. Seed, my man. Appreciate it. Man, lady. Sorry, I don't want to miss. Yeah. I'm just gonna say Dr. Seed, appreciate you, my guy. God damn it. Fuck. Appreciate you. Did we cut Will Harris to move Sony Styles to safety? Big Will? Hell.
Bruh.
No, bro. We're not moving Sony to no safety, bro. That is not happening. They freaking out for no reason, like the season already over. That's what some people feel like. I am, bro. Okay, I appreciate it. I didn't want to get it wrong. You know, when you see some neutral names, you don't know if it's boy, man, or woman. You just gotta be careful. I'm just wanting to be careful. That's all. What my man McGuire say? Seen Trey Amos on a milk carton? Hey, chill out, McGuire. Everybody wants to see a big hit. People need to chill with that crazy take on Styles, and that's the thing, Phil. There's going to come a time when that big hit is going to be there. There's going to be a time when he's going to thump some of these offensive players, y'all. We just got to let it. We got to let them breathe. We got to let him learn. We got to let him get, you got to let him develop a little bit, y'all. He's a 2-year linebacker, but he's a freakish 2-year linebacker. And some of the footwork and him, getting to deep thirds, middle of the field, and, getting his eyes back to to the quarterback, and then shifting his whole body to come in on the backside in route that was coming. Like those are good signs that you want to see from your linebacker. Do your job first, and then now, okay, all right, do your job, and then now see if I can go make a play. See if I can go find some work. And that's what he did. That's a W play. That's a W read. Like we got the one critique that I would give Sony Styles is his hand placement, him being more violent with his hands when he's engaging with blockers. And I think that's something that he knows that he needs to get better at, technique-wise, but that takes time, y'all. That definitely takes time. He's thinking that, I'm back at Ohio State, and me being 6'5" and running a 4.4, I can just run through everybody. No, buddy. Can't do that in the NFL. Nah. You can't do that, buddy. So him learning how to get his hands on blockers and being violent when he get his hands on them and being able to direct them the way that he wants them to go, I guarantee you when you start seeing him using his hands more, that's that switch flipping for him. I promise you that. I feel that Humphries going to start. So, hey, man, we got to start where? We going to start him at right tackle, left tackle? You want to start him over Brandon Coleman? Sony will be more in coverage. We got one of the best linebackers, Louisville, to blitz. Yeah, you got Leo Chenal. I think all those guys can be good as a run fit. Yes, as a blitzer. And don't shit Leo Chenal, too. He can come off that edge as well, and he can come up the middle. He can blitz up the middle, too. But, yes, are we going to see him more in coverage? We should, and I want to. I want to see Sony Styles in coverage. I definitely didn't want to see Bobby Wagner. We saw what that looked like. Even Frankie Louisville and some, I don't want to see him dropping back in coverage. I know he didn't drop the little weight. I know he's been having some good practices, dropping back in coverage. But I don't want to see that. I'm good. Trust me. And under Matt Patricia in college has helped him and it did help him. Shout out to Lady E. I knew hers was gone after the last preseason game, and Diggs had that number 3. Hey Phil, a lot of people was alluding to that on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be Twitter forever for me. But and just on other platforms as well. It was like, damn, why you choose number 3 out of all numbers? that had to be a telltale sign. And his gameplay in that Lions game was the writing on the wall. Was the writing on the wall for sure. Front office and coaches see Sonny's potential, and that's what you at number 7. Some people say, "No, I need a guy that's gonna come out right away and make an impact." Right? You don't know if he's gonna make an impact because we're not even to the regular season yet, y'all. We can only take what we hear from the training camp practices and what people are reporting with a grain of salt, and let's see how he truly plays. He's only played what 3, maybe 4 series in all of the preseason games. Come on, bro. Can you really say a guy has gotten, all right, I'm getting settled in? First game, he didn't do bad. He didn't do great. He didn't do bad either. Second game, he did okay. But let's see him play 4 quarters of football. Let's see him. Let's analyze his play with 4 quarters of football, because I can't say or see but so much in 4 series. That's not a. And when the play not even coming his way, so I can only grade him but so much, so heavy. Like, I want to see him week 1 against the Philadelphia Eagles. What we got? Humphries might move to left tackle, while Coleman moved back to left guard. What do you think? The inconsistent play from Chris Paul during this training camp and seeing him out there on the field, I'm not saying that I am concerned and that we should move Brandon Coleman back. I feel as though Humphrey should be a backup. He's just now being introduced into the team. He don't know the playbook yet. He has to come and learn it. I'm not saying that he can't come out right away and help us. I think we use him right now as a safety net. God forbid this Brandon Coleman not practicing is not an alarming, injury, and they were just keeping him out for rest days. Keep Brandon Coleman right where he's at. Let him continue to gel and get him reacclimated to back to playing left tackle, and let's assess this after the Eagles game. Is that fair? Is that fair to do? Let's assess what we really got out of Brandon Coleman being back at left tackle once we get through this week 1. Let's do that. Fair? Appreciate Ishmael with the share, man. Thank you so much. What you think about the 3 snaps? I like seeing JD being able to get hit in a weird way. I know what you're saying, Doc. I agree with you. I wanted JD5 to go out there and play. I wanted him to knock the rust off. My man ain't played since the Minnesota Viking game of last year. He need to be out there and be live. He need to know what it feels like to, hey, oh shit. And what did we see on that first play? That tells me that he's learning. He wasn't trying to be heroic. He seen the pressure coming, and what'd he do? Just get the ball out of his hands. Live for another play. He threw the ball in the dirt. Thank God we had somebody right there. He threw the ball in the dirt, and he lived for the next play. Now, the second play, yeah, he could have got down. He could have fell to the ground. He probably could have did a little bit better. But he stayed upright, and they blew the whistle. So, does that probably happen in the regular season game? Nah, the ref may be a little bit more lenient to the defense and let them play it out. But I was happy that he had gotten some real live reps. He needs it. He needs it. He needs it right now. DQ seen that O-line and took Jayden out immediately. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yes, he did. Hey, just remember I said this in my live panel that I did last week or the week before last week, that, hey, you put him out there, let JD play. If the O-line isn't blocking, hey, come sit down. Come sit down, my boy. Come sit down. Not right now. Not right now. Nah, Slim. And the fact that they had back-to-back plays with pressure, yeah, come sit down with me, bro. Come on over here, take the shoulder pads off. Good job, son. Clap it up. Good job, son. Let's go ahead and sit down. Like that, I ain't want to see no more after that. I did not want to see no more after that. And I said it, give him 1 or 2 series. But in those 1 or 2 series, if that first series he getting pressured, get his ass out the game. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I don't even care if it was second down, or third down. Get him out the game. Let's go. Come on, come sit down. Come sit down. We ain't about to play that. We ain't about to play that. And that's not me being in fear of anything. It's just that you got to, hey, DQ, did you learn from Seattle Seahawks? Did you learn? Yeah, you learned. Yeah, JD5, did you learn? Yeah, you learned. Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and sit down, Slim. Go ahead get my chain real quick. Hey, run the block, get my chain real quick, Slim. I'm about to throw that on. We good. Give me the earpiece. I'm good for the rest of the day. And you still can be concerned. And you still look at the John Bates and Chig like, what the fuck happened? What are y'all doing? What do you do we put AK over Mariota and cut Hartman? I think so. Also, would you trade a wide receiver for O-line depth? Yes, yes, and yes. Yes, and yes, y'all. And we are going to do a roster breakdown of the roster, roster cuts. After this preseason game, we're going to go live and we're going to pull up the roster and we're going to say who stays and who goes. We're going to try to do that. I wish they had, if y'all know of any program that allows you to do the roster cutting and all that, let me know, man. And we can definitely pull it up and make that a part of a live where we all give input and insight. Once he get his handwork down, it's a wrap. Yes, I agree. If you look at the tape and coverage, the way Style reads coverages, he gets it. Yes, he does. He is where he is supposed to be. And Sheffield, that's all I've been saying. If you're looking just for a spectacular play, you're not really watching him. You're not really breaking down what he's doing play by play. Yes, I go and tune into the all 22 and I watch each rep. Are you where your feet need to be? Are you where the coach wants you to be at? Are you at least seeing the play? Those are the things that I'm assessing with Sony Styles right now. Because I know at some point in time, the dude is very smart and he's also young. And he's had good tutelage from his dad playing linebacker, Ken Norton Jr., Frankie Louisville. He has good people around him that's going to help with the breaking down and getting, better as a linebacker and becoming a natural linebacker. So those are the things that are you where you need to, are you flipping your hips good enough? Are you getting your eyes back to the quarterback? Those are the intangibles that I'm looking at as a fan of the team, but also a football fan. And playing linebacker, only flag football, I know, it don't mean much. But playing linebacker and flag football, some of those same things that you really look like damn, all right, if I was playing linebacker, is he reading that inside route correctly? Is he getting where he needs to be at? From a zone perspective, cover 3, cover 2, man, is he reading that run right? Is he at least there? Those are the things that I'm looking at. What's your Twitter? Simba Sports Hub. Simba Sports Hub on Twitter. What can they do on the O-line? Pray, Dr. C. We gotta just pray, man. Pray that everybody stay healthy, everybody good, everybody copacetic. Like, no, not just pray. We gotta see how it plays out first before we hit the panic button. And I'm talking about week 1. Do y'all want, I know nobody wants JD to have to play heroic football. Oh, and let's get back to, matter of fact, I'm about to break this down now. And a lot of y'all may not want to hear this, but I still feel DQ and AP are trying to build depth through the draft and get young guys and let them grow and mature and develop. So, God forbid, we run into these injuries. We got guys that we can plug in. You know what I'm saying? I saw him covering one guy and flip his hips. Once read the play, on the play, Martin picked the ball up. Exactly, Chef. Exactly. Love your energy. Got to collab with you, bro. Lady E, hit me up. Hit me up on Twitter. Hit me up on IG. Mr. Simba 21 on IG. But hit me up on Twitter. We can definitely set something up. I told y'all this season is the season y'all gonna see Simba collabing more with content creators. And y'all know I gotta give my ladies, their time and place to come and collab and talk football with me. And I love the ladies of the Washington Commanders that know football and can talk football. Asia, shout out to Miss K, shout out to Asia Analyst, and shout out to Lady E, man. We definitely gotta collab. Let's make it happen. Simple things like getting the foundation right. Exactly. And that's what matters more to me. I don't care about if you're making the play or not. Are you where you're supposed to be at? Are you in position? Are you there ready to make the play in the time that we need? And he's showing that. He's definitely showing that. I used to play linebacker. Is one of the hardest positions, defensive positions. Yes, cornerback and linebacker are the 2 hardest positions. You got to be ready to fit the run. You got to be ready to come down and fill the gaps. You got to be ready to drop back in coverage. And you got to read the RPO now. Now the RPO being introduced back into the league. Now you got to read RPO. What's your job? Can you do your job, and can you do your job well? And at that time, you're going to see if you can do that. You're going to be all right. And wherever you line up as a linebacker, you got a lot to be responsible for. You got to be responsible for the run. You got to be responsible for pass coverage. And if you are blitzing, you got to make sure you're blitzing at the right time and in the right gap. Like, you got a lot to be concerned about. And so that's a lot to process. And I'm not saying that Sony can't process none of that. I know that he can do it. I seen him do it in Ohio State, and I've seen moments and glimpses at joint practices and in game. I've seen it. Now he gotta keep getting better, better and better. Week 1 going to be rough with the Eagles front seven. Yes, it is. It will be a test on Blau and if he can scheme the tight end. Exactly. That's the biggest. That's going to be a great test for this team, y'all. Seeing David Blau and going against that front seven, and seeing if he can make things. If they are getting good pressure, if we're not able to run the ball, what can David Blau do to make this offense still move the ball down the field and put points on the board? Even with Cliff Kingsbury in 2024, when we played against the Eagles, he was able to move the ball. We was able to move the ball against that front seven. Now, the formations and what we, set in a lot was a dictate to that as well. But Twan the Great with the cent, homie, appreciate it. To block and chip incoming big games from Bates and Chig. Yes, I want to see the HTCC stand up. Let's get it. So now back to what I was saying about center and defensive line. And this is something that I wanted to talk about now and bring to the forefront now. And as I'm analyzing this team and seeing how they're looking, y'all. And hey, we almost at 10K likes on the TikTok page, man. Please keep double tapping that screen, y'all. We at 9K right now. We are almost at that 10K mark. Please keep double tapping the screen if you're still tuned in. Thank you so much. I am very concerned, and not very concerned, but I'm definitely going to be looking at interior D linemen coming into the 2027 draft. I think we need some of those big, run stuffing guys that we can start to introduce into this defense. And that's not a knock on Deron Payne. That's not a knock on Javon Kinlaw. But I cannot be naive to seeing our interior run defense and us stuffing the run and closing gaps. I just don't see these guys doing that at an elite level. And I'm not saying that a rookie would be able to come in and do that, but we got to start getting some bigger guys that can close up them gaps and open up them lanes a lot better for our linebackers like Leo, Frankie, and Sony can be able to free up those gaps that we can come down and run fit even better. And to the flip side, I think AP and company really needs to start working on. And I'm looking at guys like how the Dallas Cowboys for like 5 drafts straight drafted O linemen in the first round. Because they know what that truly means. So when we talk about making sure that JD5 is healthy and protected, not saying that Sam Cosmi, Josh Connolly, Nick Allegretti, and Chris Paul ain't it. But I think it's time to, as we start to build, we put a lot of effort into the defense this offseason. And we added some pieces on the offensive side, and we got Josh Connolly 2025. 2024, 2025. 2025. I definitely know that we are addressing it, but it's time to start getting those meat and potatoes guys in this locker room. I really believe that. I really believe that we need to start getting these meat and potato guys, those 327, 315 plus guys in the locker room to start to, what do we want to see Friday? We're going to talk about Friday tomorrow, Dr. C, so please tune in. I got a collab. He kind of tried to back out on me on the last minute, talking about he had to go to work and all this. He has something to do, so I might be streaming a lot early tomorrow if I want to do this collab. So we're going to be bringing down joint practice, and we also are going to be doing a joint live with Overtime Otis on Thursday and a Ravens content creator on Thursday, and we're going to break down what we want to see on Friday. I'll be at the game as well. The reason I think this defense will be good because Daronte set the standard. Don't just win the rep, win it the right way. Shout out to Lady E dropping the gems from our first time. Shout out to Capitol Heights in the building. Defensive coordinator Daronte Jones, for giving a philosophical breakdown of how he wants this defense to play and how he wants this defense to be successful. That's why they say do your role. If one person out of place, and you see what happened with Harrison Joseph, Sony did his part. Exactly, Chef. Exactly, Chef Phil. Yo, Simba, hit me up. I sent you my number. All right, I got you. I get off, AD. I got you. I can't wait to see the defense in this scheme. This the first time we had this much depth. Exactly. And I want to see Odafe Owe, K-Lavon back out there. We was hearing about what Odafe, I saw with my own eyes what Odafe was doing in joint practices. I saw that shit with my own 2 eyes. So I have no concerns from the pass rush. And I saw what JJ was doing and Javonte Baptiste was doing in this last preseason game. So I saw it. I saw what was going on. I'm not concerned about this defense when we get the starters back out there. From a pass rush perspective, Jalen Hurts better be very, very, very worried. Jalen Hurts better be very, very worried because we're not fucking around on that pass rush. We definitely not. I want to see Trey Amos get back out there and be healthy. Again, we're seeing guys who question guys like Quan Martin being on the team get turnovers due to the pressure that Daronte Jones is able to dial up. I think this will be overperform week 1. I think this team will overperform week 1. I got you, Twan. I think it will too. I don't think that they're gonna come in, and if Eagles think that they about to come in week 1 and just cook our shit, nah. Offense might be a little struggle, but I don't think that this game is about to be a walk in the park for the Philadelphia Eagles, regardless of what our O-line look like right now. I do not believe that. Okay. Yeah, I read that. So I don't think that's going to happen. I honestly think Coleman to left guard and Humphries at left tackle will give us the best O-line for now. What did you see out of Coleman, Justin? I'm just asking. It's cool if that's just how you strongly feel right now, and that's cool. But I'm just asking for dialogue, right? What did you see out of Brandon Coleman from practices and training camp when he first got the nod to what you saw in these last 2 preseason games that make you? Are you more concerned about Chris Paul at left guard, or are you more concerned about Brandon Coleman being a serviceable left tackle? And why are you so? And what makes you so confident in DJ Humphries after we just signed him? And it's not a wrong answer. I'm just curious. Hurts will feed us if they not careful for sure. Jalen Hurts is familiar with Owe already. He was handed last year when he was with the Chargers. That was a hell of a game by Odafe. They was putting pressure on that boy Jalen Hurts. And it's not even just Jalen Hurts. This is world renowned with any quarterback from football. You put pressure on any quarterback, they're going to make mistakes. And I think that's what the Philadelphia Eagles fans and probably the players got us fucked up at and think that we're not going to put pressure. Nah, we are. We are. Odafe going to bring pressure. K-Lavon going to bring pressure. JJ, if he's put into rotation, and what I'm saying from that young stud, hey, he's going to bring pressure. And along with how the defense might potentially be looking with that, that crazy front, you don't know who coming, you don't know who dropping back in the coverage, we're going to bring pressure. Fuck that. I think he not going panels. What you talking about, Zoe? No dice. What it do, my guy? HTTR. Yes, sir. What is popping with you? Appreciate everybody that's tuned in on the YouTube channel, man. If you're new, welcome to Simba Sports Hub, man. When we talk all things Washington Commanders football, man, please hit that like button, y'all. Smash that like button. You're helping your boy Simba get further out and get more recognition and more traction into the page, to the YouTube page. And also subscribe up, y'all. We are less than 100 subscribers away from hitting 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, y'all. We are almost there. TikTok, I'm trying to get even. I'm trying to get 16 on YouTube too. So if you tuned in on the TikTok, man, and you haven't subscribed up to my YouTube channel, man, please click the link in the profile and go subscribe up, man. I greatly appreciate it. We are almost there. We saw what the pressure looked like in Detroit in the beginning of that preseason game, and our starters wasn't even there. We saw in the Detroit Lions game, it was some of the starters were there, not the interior, not Odafe and K-Lavon, Lady E, but Kinlaw was out there. We saw Amik Robinson. We saw. Are you just talking about the pass rushers? Yeah, the pass rushers wasn't out there, and we were still able to get pressure with JJ and Javonte. So those are 2 guys, and that's not even talking. We ain't even talking about Dorrance Armstrong, y'all. We ain't even talking about Dorrance Armstrong and how phenomenally and how great he was playing before he got hurt. My man was definitely on his way to 12 plus sacks. And that's facts. He was on pace for 12 sacks, and he hasn't even been introduced into the defense yet, y'all. Dietrich Wise, who was a stud setting the edge as a run defender, he hasn't even been introduced yet. We haven't even seen Tim Settle fully work in with the starters yet. Now, Antoine, thought you were doing TikTok panels today, Simba. Oh no, not today. Not today. Not today. Not today. I am gonna do another panel, y'all. Y'all stay tuned for that, man. I gotta give y'all more one-on-one, let's talk it out. And you know what? I might do the roster break. No, I can't do that because I gotta do it on YouTube too. I gotta continue to grind on this YouTube page, y'all. I still gotta continue to grind. I gotta go live on both platforms until I get where I have a goal, and I'm trying to reach that goal, y'all. I'm grinding to try to get there. Maybe once I officially eclipse that YouTube partner, I might, I might have to do a little bit more. But y'all already know. I got y'all. I definitely got y'all for sure. Make sure y'all tune in when I do the panel, though, on TikTok. My favorite part about football is never knowing how the season is going to play out. Yes, I love the suspense. I love the suspense of, shit, could we go back to the NFC Championship? Can we get to the Super Bowl? Can we just become a playoff team? Or are we going to be dog poo butt again? Like that, the suspense, I don't even think y'all understand how geeked I am ready for week 1. I know we got one more preseason game, and I'm not trying to rush it because as quickly as the NFL season comes, as quickly as it go, as we all know. So I'm trying to, take my time and enjoy it as it's happening. But I am geeked up for week 1, no lie. Just subscribe. Appreciate you, Dice. And I'm also, I can't say it because I'm on YouTube Live. Go check out my TikTok. It's Simba Sports Hub. Go check out my Instagram, Mr. Simba21. And I am doing something on those 2 platforms, man, that is going to reward somebody that has helped supporting me and getting me to that 1,000 subscribers. I can't say too much, but go check it out, and everybody will have a chance to potentially be rewarded with something. But there's some rules that you got to follow. I need screenshots to be sent to me, and I'm going to address that on TikTok maybe tomorrow before I go live or on my IG page. But it's more than just subscribing. I need y'all to do some things to, validate y'all, and so y'all can be entered into that chance of what I got going on. All right, heading out RIP. Appreciate you, Dr. C. Coleman is probably more valuable at left guard right now. I don't know, Just. We might have to agree to disagree. Humphrey has 101 career starts. Primary at left tackle, was a Pro Bowler in 2021, but is he ready to play now? Coleman, I'm not saying that he's not, but we haven't even seen him take a rep yet. I can't just put him right there at the starting and protecting JD5 right now. Not at this very moment. I got to see him out there and play. Hope Owe plays week 1. I think there's a chance he'll be back week 1. Them letting him sit and get healthy is what he truly needs. That's a lot more NFL experience than asking Coleman to be the blindside protector for sure. But he already did it for JD5 though. Did he do it great? No. But going to go look at his numbers and looking at like guys like Decker numbers, and I'm pretty sure if I go pull up Humphrey numbers, it's not going to be too far off from what those guys was able to do in their last time playing, football. Yeah, I'm just talking about the pass rush. Okay, lady, I figured that. I figured that you were just talking about the pass rush. All I'm going to say, Seattle's defense wins championships, and that's what I want. Pause. I want a dominating defense. I want every offense that we go up against in 2026 to fear our defense and figure out what the fuck or how are we going to move the ball against these. Because the last 2 or 3 teams, or any team prior to that, whoever we play that week coming up, haven't been able to move the ball. I want a dominant defense. I want a Seattle Seahawks type defense. I just do. I don't give a Glaze, I don't care what you call it. I want to strangle and GTA and suffocate every offense and take the air out of all of their lungs on defense. That's what I want. I want a dominating, destroying defense. I want us to create turnovers. I want us to get key stops. I want us to force them to not even be able to cross the 50-yard line. Is that a little? Yeah, some teams are going to have success. But through 4 quarters of football, I want them to be like, God damn, bro, we got to figure something out. Like, these Bama's locked in. They are playing phenomenal. I want a top 5 defense, y'all. I want to be known to have a top 5 defense. At the expense of scoring a lot of points of offense, all right, I'll just stand on that side of the aisle. I'll stand on that side of the aisle. I'm just saying, Just hand Humphries the job, though. We got to see, but it was just a thought. No. Again, it's a fine thought. I'm not mad at the thought. I'm just curious as to where your thought process. Where were you going with that? Because I would be a little bit more concerned with him starting right away and not even being immersed into the offense over Brandon Coleman, who's been playing that role for the last 2 weeks. Again, I say start off with Brandon Coleman and Chris Paul, see how it works, see if they can do a good job, be serviceable. And if it don't work, then you use him as a backup piece and you insert him in and let him get familiar with the offense. Then if Chris Paul is really playing that bad or it's just Brandon Coleman, you roll Brandon Coleman to a backup again. Or if Chris Paul is playing that bad, you go back and look at Brandon Coleman Chris Paul playing bad, you roll in Brandon Coleman back at left guard. Chris Paul not going to handle that, in my opinion. I think we put Coleman at guard. We played Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis, Quinyon Williams, and Kenny Clark. Hey, let's see how it works. Hey, if y'all are that confident in Brandon Coleman, who looked very very bad those first couple of games at left guard, it was the reason why he lost his spot. Yes, he got hurt, but he wasn't looking good either. He was not looking good at guard. But hey, let's see it. They played sound football. Exactly. They know where they're supposed to be at, and they get there, and they don't deviate from that plan. They don't. Sony is my man, but I think he realizes the NFL ain't no joke. Ain't no dice. I agree with that. These offensive linemen ain't college offensive linemen. They're not. They are bigger, stronger, and faster than what you see in college, and that's a fact. And they are violent. They are getting to that second level, and they are being violent with whoever's in their way. They don't give up. They don't care who you are. You can be 6'4", 6'5", and running a 4'4", but Slim, I got these paws. I'm gonna lay on you, Slim. And once I get my hands on you, I'm gonna try to maul you. And he gotta understand that he gotta meet force with force. Don't let them bring the force to you. No, let it be a collision course. That's what it gotta be. But let it be within technique. I know a lot of people may not understand that, but you can arrive violently with technique. You can. You definitely can. Hey, man, again, tomorrow, I will be going live. I might be going live maybe like 3 o'clock, maybe like 3, maybe like 4. 3 or 4, I got to collab with a Ravens fan. It's going to be funny, y'all, because he always on joke time. But y'all definitely tune in. That's going to be on YouTube, solely on YouTube. Y'all know I do all my collabs on YouTube only. But y'all check in for that. Tomorrow, 3 or 4 o'clock, I'm gonna try to make it work. If not, I'll be going live dolo, and we'll be live on both platforms. And we're gonna recover. We're gonna talk about joint practice with the Baltimore Ravens. Hopefully, I can find some good beat writers in Baltimore that I can follow and steal some reports about. What else to say? Gotta go, bro. I'll hit you up. Appreciate you letting eat. Yeah, hit me up. We're definitely gonna make something happen. But until then, man, I appreciate everybody tuning in, man. I'll catch y'all tomorrow, man. Raise hell. I'm up out of here, y'all.